Open our ears to hear your voice, open our mind to understand what you say, and fill our heart with courage that we might act on what we learn. Amen. Please do take a seat. Well, I don't know. Put your hands up if a lot of what we've done today is the first time you've seen or done this sort of thing today. Me? Is it just me? Am I alone? Someone else who's not seen this before? Thank you. Sam? Yes. Yes. We are returning to what some people are calling normal practice, or pre-COVID things that we've done, but it's new for me. So please forgive me as I blunder my way through. So if you're sat there thinking, I'm not used to this, why are they holding candles either side of the gospel or that book that she's waving around? That's okay. We're in it together. Okay? So I get the joy, firstly, of pointing out and saying how beautifully the church is decorated. I don't know if those at home can see all the decorations, but we've got this gorgeous teddy bear display. And who did this painting? Over here, some acre, someone with it. It's from your porch. It's lovely. I like it. I like it. So enjoy the decoration. So if you get bored of me whittering on, just try and count the number of bees or something like that that's going on around you. But I get to chat and welcome lots of special people here today. We thank you for coming, Cordell for coming representing CCP, and we've got Karen and Granny Al Dai who's representing the brownies. Of course, we've got a little brownie flag there, which is hitting Lorna in the head. Just although they can't be here with us, we send you our love and we miss you. But I get to talk about harvest and this season, which, to be honest, as somebody who grew up in Reading in a terraced house, a 2 up, 2 down, harvest has always been quite a difficult thing for me to get my head around, because surely you just go to Aldi and you get the stuff and you have a look down the middle aisles of what weirdness lies there. That's harvest, right? Harvest is the shop. So harvest for me, I have to spend a bit of extra time trying to think about. So I would love for us to think a bit more about the world of harvest and how it affects the world. So I have here a globe, which is a lovely, this is a 2-layered globe. I didn't even know they had them. Anyway, describe for me, give me some words that describe this planet that we have. Just shout them out. Blue. Fragile. Beautiful. Thank you, Daphne. Any other words that might describe this globe, this planet, this wonder of nature? There could be lots of things. It's okay if you're shy. That's all right. That's all right. But I think, Daphne, you're right. I think it is beautiful. And when you look at it, there's just blues and whites and browns, and there's squiggles on a weirdly inflated ball. But what does it represent? It represents the rainforests of the world. A world which is teeming with life and creation. A world where people inhabit it, where people are kind to each other, and often people are mean to each other. But it's a world, when I see it like this, of possibilities. When I look at our slightly over-enlarged UK, because we're not the same size as Spain, but they seem to think so. So it's, but I look at this and I go, I'm just in the little freckle of this globe all the way over here, but yet the globe represents all the possibilities of travel and moving around. But what have we done to our globe? In a moment, I'm going to get you to, again, call out. I'm warming you up. I like a bit of interaction. So I'm going to get you to call out some of the things that we may have done which is going to damage our globe. And Samuel, could you come out and hold the globe for me? Would you like to hold the globe over here? And I'm going to get Linda as my, my tape dispenser. Better than anything you can get at Staples. And so what I would love for you to do, could you suggest for me some ways in which we have perhaps negatively affected our world? Deforestation. Thank you very much. So, can we find, I'll tell you what, Brazil's over here. Yeah, just checking my geography. I didn't do well at geography, so I'm going to put deforestation on there. What else have we done? Overfishing. Where is my... I thought I had a fishing-y one. You know what we'll do is... You are right with overfishing, I just don't have a picture for it. So I've got 10 pictures, but that's not one of them. But that is a brilliant one. What else have we done? Overpopulating. In which case, let's use this one. This is a this is a river which is filled with junk, where there are children on an inflatable piece of polystyrene, by the look of it, going through the river trying to find things. So let's put that on our globe as well, because our overpopulation creates so much rubbish. What else about rubbish are we, especially at the moment? Polluted the oceans. I've got that one. We'll use that one as well. Yeah, let's use this one. So this is polluting the oceans, but this is also pollution in general. So we've got this one with lots of smog and things like that going on. Right, plastic, absolutely. I've got a plastic island here. This is when all the plastic in the ocean draws and gets stuck together, and it creates these islands in the ocean. So we've got a plastic island there. Someone else said pollution of the ocean. I've got, what do you think this one is, for those who might be able to see it? It should be it's a pelican. Damaged with oil, absolutely. And put that pelican over there. I don't know where pelicans come from, it's just on there. What else causes pollution?
Too much CO2.
Too much CO2. What I've got here are lots of cars. Okay? So lots of cars. Let's stick that on there. Sam, where do you want this to go? Let's just stick it there. Okay, stick it at the top of Russia. I've got a few more, I'm just going to tell you. So we've got, yes. We're going to do this one. What's this one, do you think? This is an iceberg slowly breaking off into pieces. Global warming, absolutely. And some of the other ones you might not wear. In fact, I'm going to do these two at the same time, because global warming not only melts ice caps. Oh, hang on. If you hold it all the same way around, there we go. But it also affects the wildlife as well. So I'm going to put this, polar bears, north or south? North, just checking. Well done, you got it right. It's fine. And I've got this one here because on harvest we do celebrate our farmers, and we celebrate those who create for us so that we can pop down the road to Aldi and buy these things. But actually, in modern times, with the such over-industrialization of agriculture, so much of our pollution in the ground and in water comes from the runoff of industrial-scale farming. But we love our farmers, but we can and should find better ways of living. Let's put that down there. And finally, we have got, does anyone know what this is? These are, yes?
The tree wildfires burning down habitats?
Wildfires are burning down habitats, along with deforestation as well. But these are called Twix Macaws. They are the inspiration for the bird behind in the film Rio, if you've seen it, the lovely blue bird that flies around. Now, I would guess that there's, 60 of us here today? Is that roughly an all right guess? In 2019, they declared that Twix macaws in the wild have gone extinct. The last wild sighting was in 2016. And there only exists 60 Twix macaws in the world in captivity. That's one of you for each macaw. They're trying to do a reintegration and rebreeding program so they don't go extinct in the wild. But this beautiful bird is about and is on the brink of extinction. So we're going to put that on there. Now, our planet, which is beautiful, but now damaged, we often hear the phrase that we're going to pass our planet on to the next generation. So I need a young child Samuel, you've been helpful, but if you want to stay there. Is there another young child who would like to come to the front? They don't have to, but if you'd like to. Anyone else want to come and help? Okay. Yeah, thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Wonderful. Would you be able to come and stand here for Alice? Alice, wonderful. You come and stand here. Now, I would like to ask somebody from a generation higher than mine, is the polite way to say it, maybe?
Very diplomatic.
Thank you, Linda. I've been practicing. It's fine. Would anybody like to hand this planet over? Who here wants to take this planet and pass it on to our younger generation? Will. I don't like the alternative. Don't like the alternative. You will. Thank you for being brave enough to come out. You take that and follow me this way. In our passage today in the Bible, there's a passage about worrying. Now, worrying in itself doesn't help us do anything. It says, who can add an hour onto your life by worrying? In fact, there's studies. I was going through some articles on psychology today, and it was saying actually our life can be shortened through anxiety disorders and other trends like that. But worry by itself is bad. It doesn't help. But worry as a motivation to action can. So with these problems, are we just going to accept them and pass them over? Or is there something else we can do? What would you like to do to this globe before you pass it over?
Clean up the waterways.
Let's do that. Let's take it off. Just give it a tug. If it tears, it tears. It's fine. Thank you. What else could we do on here? What do we want to do before we pass it over?
Improve things.
Improve things. Pick one of the things on here and we'll take it off.
More trees.
More trees. So let's find the deforestation one. We're going to take deforestation off. We're going to focus on replanting more trees. Reducing our carbon. So maybe electric cars, bicycling more places, sharing lifts, public transport. What else can we do? Use less plastic. Where's our plastic island? There it is. Or recycling, better recycling, yeah. Renewable energies. We can invest more in those. Let's take this one off. Again, it's about trying to find different ways of correcting it. Now, I don't think in one generation we can correct all these things. But we can do our best to make the world a better place. You're doing very well and very patiently, thank you. So what we're going to do, reduce carbon emissions. We've taken the cars off already. But you know what, let's take off the oil one, because petrol companies and oil spills and things like that save...
I was wanting improved farming practices.
Improved farming practices, absolutely. We did a Talks with Tom thing a while ago where we were talking a lot about farming and the impact of farming on the world. If you want to know more, I can chat about that another time. Protect endangered species, absolutely.
The job is nearly done.
We're nearly there. Isn't that nice? In one sermon, we've been able to fix the world's problems. But we've got some global warming going on. We're currently at 1.7 degrees above what it was in 1900. That's 100 years, and our temperature in the UK alone has gone up 1.7 degrees. They say when it reaches 2, that is one of the major environmental tipping points for disaster. We had 4,000 heat-related deaths in the last year. We have nearly 600,000 homes being built at the moment which aren't built to withstand the heat changes that are coming in the next 10 to 20 years. There are things we need to change which is going to be impacted by global warming. And then there's just the, what's at the bottom there? What have we put down there? The sad polar bear.
This is the sad polar bear.
Oh, sad polar bear. We'll take him off as well. But now, knowing that there are issues to face and things to change, could you pass the globe over? There we go. Would you be able to take that back to the family space over there? That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you both for coming out. Thank you for being brave enough. Yes, let's do a little round of applause. So in our gospel, it talks about worry. Worry alone is not the point. Worry that leads to action can give us that motivation, that inspiration to do things. And I pray that as the church, not just this church, but as the church, I know St Mary's have become an eco-church where they're starting to look at what they can do to make a better environmental impact from a church point of view. But we can do more. The fifth mark of mission in the Church of England, I know we like lists of things in the Church of England. We love a list. But the fifth one is to safeguard the integrity of creation. It's not just a nice add-on. This is part of our calling as Christians to be able to transform the world, not just make other people's lives nicer or better, and to do good things, although they are great things to do. But we can change the world in a very real way. Don't worry, for who can add a year to your life by worrying? So let's not just worry, let's do. Let's take some action. Amen.